Grand Rapids taking on the Hermantown Hawks in the regular season finale for both teams. Sheldon Willis joining me, Merrill Lowney, and Jim Wimmer running camera, Stacy back at the station as we get set for the end of the 25-26 regular season. And Merrill, for Grand Rapids, this has been a season of an uphill climb.
It sure has, and I'll tell you what, you can tell throughout the season, watching and listening to this team, they've really come a long way, and Grant really has them clicking on all cylinders right now.
Well, and Grant, who is not usually effusive with compliments, was very complimentary of how his team played, especially early against Benilde.
Yeah, and I got to listen to some of that game, and I missed the first period, but when I heard the score, I was like, wow, I'm kind of not surprised because of late, they've been actually putting goals behind the goaltenders and the teams they've been playing.
Well, and for Grand Rapids, a power play, and Grant is happy. I didn't mention the power play to him in the pregame interview because he's tired of talking about it, but 41.1% after starting out the year 1 for 10.
That's quite an improvement.
You think? Yeah, they were at the Edina Classic. Blake Mortensen was reminding me their power play came into the Edina Classic at 7%.
Wow.
And they've now scored in 13 straight games and have the power play at 41.1. That's, it's been a dominant power play, and this late season surge has been built on that.
Right, and they got to come in the mindset tonight, even though it's regular season, it's the last game. They should have playoff mentality right now, and they got to play disciplined hockey and not take any stupid penalties, so they're playing full strength all 3 periods.
Well, and for Grand Rapids, just get Lamp out there, make the other team mad, let them take the penalty, right?
Right.
I love watching him play. An agitator. The JV game went overtime and ended in a 1-1 tie, which is what the varsity game ended up last year, was a 1-1 overtime tie in Hermantown. So we'll see. It's 2 straight Hermantown Rapids games at 1-1.
Wow, that's crazy. What a statistic. What are the odds?
What are the odds of that? This is the pregame show. We'll take our first break, come back with Patrick Andrews, head coach of the Hermantown Hawks. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. 2.5, please. And just remember, like I didn't all the time last year, everything we say during breaks is on the YouTube channel.
Yep.
I got myself in trouble once.
I was actually watching the, what game was I watching on your YouTube channel? But you had someone kind of green on the camera or with you, or I can't remember which, but you reminded them of that fact. It's better to be proactive than reactive, I guess, right?
Yep. So welcome to all our fine YouTube viewers. Looking forward to tonight's game.
Yeah, a couple of storied programs in our neck of the woods, Section 7, Minnesota, and really looking forward to being part of this one.
How about that? Each team with 4 state championships.
A lot of good hockey being played in Section 7 right now. It'll be interesting to see. They're definitely going to be in the discussion about, going to the championship game and possibly coming back up this way with the title this year, I think. Because I hear Hibbing and Hibbing, are they single or double A?
Hibbing single A too.
Did they go to number 1 in the state, did I hear today? Ranking?
Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. They're not going to be the number 1 seed, though.
No?
Hermantown will be the 1 seed because they beat them.
Okay.
Head-to-head. Welcome back to the pregame show on J105. Patrick Andrews, head coach, Hermantown Hawks, and I think you and I could just sit and talk high school hockey for a half an hour before the game.
For sure, I think we usually do, actually, but we record a few minutes of it.
And bring everyone up to speed on Hermantown hockey this year. Another solid season, but in a very competitive landscape this year.
Yeah, we've had a great year. I think in a lot of ways exceeded expectations. Starting undefeated through Christmas was a great surprise. I mean, honestly, like I loved our group this summer. You could see it. We had great speed, some good skill, great chemistry. It was been fun. But if you would have told me we'd be undefeated after our start, with how hard our start is, I would have said there's no way. So that was a great way to start the season. And you know, we have a tough January and we've had some ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we're playing pretty well and it's a really fun group.
And it hasn't been undefeated through Northern Minnesota hockey this year like it sometimes is, but the landscape in 7 single A is deep and tough.
Yeah, it's deep, it's skilled, it's going to be as competitive and fun of a section tournament as years. You know, 1 through 5 could all beat each other, which I don't know the last time that's been possible in the section, and it's going to be a whale of a section tournament for real.
Well, we need to rewind back to the 70s when there was a back door because, you know, one of the top teams in the state ain't going to the tournament.
Well, it kind of seems that way in Class A, is that Section 7 and Section 8 now seem to be historically really good. And you have East Grand and War Road and us and Hibbing and us and Greenway throughout these last few years where it's like any one of us could win a state tournament and you're only going to see 2 of the 4, right? So yeah, it would be kind of cool if there was a back door in A for sure, because it seems like that. And I'm sure some of those big AA sections down in the cities where you have a mini state tournament, they would love to have a back door too.
Exactly right. But that's not ever happening.
And here we go. So it's going to be fun.
And talk a little bit about tonight's game. This is one of those great end-of-season games where the schedule really works out for both teams.
It is such a great way to end the season. I love playing Rapids at the end. It matters. It's a conference game, but it's not a section opponent. So there's a lot on the line without your season being on the line. It's a great way to go into playoffs. Love playing in this rink. Historic. It's packed. People know hockey. It's a great rivalry. It's really fun.
Well, you mentioned playing in this arena. How has it been playing in the new digs this year?
It's awesome. You know, I'm excited for people to come down and see it. I'm sure some people have, but you know, playing Rapids next year in our rink, it'll be really fun. I'm excited for you to see it. It's a great high school hockey venue. For a new rink, it still has some character. It's big without being like too big. You know, you put a good crowd in there and it's a great atmosphere. The sight lines are awesome. So it's been really, really fun. The people that built our rink did such a great job.
Well, I'll tell you, if there's sight lines from the press box, I'm all for it.
Oh yeah, you'll see. You can see now. It's not like the old rink. So it's been great. We've had great crowds. The Hibbing night was awesome. It was as good as high school hockey atmosphere gets. They were sitting in the aisles, and the way the rink's built with the one side having the walking track, I mean, there's people just all over on top of you. It feels like a gladiator, you know, coliseum. So it's a really cool high school hockey atmosphere.
Talk a little bit about some leaders that you have. You talked about how much you like this year's team, but who are some of your leaders?
Yeah, we have been so fortunate. You know, our captains and senior leadership have been outstanding, starting in our goal. Bryce Francisco has been phenomenal all year. We build from him out. And our senior leadership's been great. They have, right from the end of last season, they knew how they wanted this year to go. They've been great in the locker room, great with our summer workouts and everything, and it's been really great to see. And you know, as far as like goal scoring, and we've been getting really good scoring across all our lines, but Mick Martelok's got 20 goals, Bo Christie's got over 20 goals, Lenzik's right there close to 20 goals. So we got some guys putting up some goals, and then the depth of scoring has been great.
Well, it's always good to see you again. Good luck in the playoffs, and good luck tonight.
Sounds good. Good to see you.
And that is Patrick Andrews, head coach of the Hermantown Hawks. Always enjoy my conversations with him. We've had some conversations about single A, double A over the years, and this year Hermantown comes in 16-4 and 4, and coming off a 6-2 loss, which we really didn't talk about in our interview. But Hermantown, 2 losses and a tie in their last 3 games, so they're looking to get right here before playoffs start as well. We'll take another break. When we come back, it's Grant Clafton, head coach of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Another 2.5. Must be a tournament going on. We only get one Zamboni now, too. Only one Zamboni. Must be doing a tournament.
Must have something going on next
Yep.
summer.
Welcome back to the pregame show on J105. Grant Clafton, head coach, Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And I guess the first question after that Benilde game is the first period the ceiling for this team, or is that the best you played all year?
I'll be honest, in the 3 years that I've been here, that's the best I've seen any of our teams play. I mean, we come out with like that. We were hitting, we were talking, we were making passes, we were moving our feet. I mean, it was, it's like, this is why I get mad when you don't play like this. This is what you can do, and yeah, it was really nice to see.
And that was sustained for a little over half of the game, and then, I don't know, you get up so big, and then there was just that inevitable letdown?
Yeah, I think some of it is human nature, where you get comfortable, you get loose, you take your foot off the gas a little bit because you think you got it won, and next thing you know, it's a 3-goal game with 6 minutes to go, and you got to tighten back up. And I mean, hopefully we can take that as a learning curve and understand that it's a 51-minute game and you can't quit till the end.
And with that, is it possible to build on that first period and say, look, this is what it looks like when you do it right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we didn't even mention the third. I mean, what they did in the first period and a half, really the first 2 periods was really good hockey, and as a staff we were really proud of them, and that's what we've been pushing for. And even the third period with Marshall and Benilde, it's just one of those things where you got to learn to keep playing. You play to win, but you limit the high risk plays. There's no reason to throw pucks up the middle of the ice. There's no reason to one-on-one guys. I mean, you do your job. You be disciplined. You be detailed. You get the pucks to the back wall. You go forecheck. Make them go 200 feet through our forecheck, and we'll be in good shape. But we just have to really learn to tighten up the bolts a little bit in those situations.
Taking on Hermantown tonight, which over the last number of years has been the last game of the season and traditionally been a very, very high-quality, tight game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously we expect the same tonight. We haven't been home for 4 or 5 games. This feels like a month and a half since we've played at home. So I'm thinking the kids are excited to play here, their last regular season home game for the majority of them, and there's pride in that. I mean, it's a hard year to get to this point, and Hermantown's a great competitive team, and obviously work their tails off, so we better be ready to go.
Well, and I think we mention this every year, but it's almost a perfect end of season game for an opponent.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really care who we play at the end of the year, but I mean, it's a good, local northern game for us to, high pace game, to kind of set a tempo and get ready for the playoffs.
And as the playoffs, seeding, I assume, is Saturday?
Friday.
Friday. And as you look at the playoffs, is the team healthy? And I guess what are you looking for between now and the start of playoffs?
I'm looking to get to Friday healthy. So we still got 1 game left. So, I mean, we're just looking to have a good showing here tonight, keep building on it. It's the 25th scrimmage of the year, and make progress towards getting ready towards Tuesday.
And I think I asked you this more than once towards the end of the year, but who's been getting it in the last few games? Who's popped out? Who's stood out to you?
Well, I think Will Miskovich has been really good. I think Owen Kassendick's been good. I thought Dylan Clayton was really good the other night. I mean, it's hard to say. Definitely Will Miskovich, but the other night I thought a whole bunch of them looked really good. So it's hard to single a guy out, but. I mean, I think Will and Dylan and Kassendick have been playing pretty good hockey.
Well, good luck tonight, Coach, and we're looking forward to playoffs.
Thank you.
And that is Grant Clafton, head coach of the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. And if you want high praise, Grant Clafton saying that first period, actually the first 2 periods against the Red Knights of Benilde St. Margaret's, the best Grant Clafton Grand Rapids team has played in 3 years.
That says a lot, and just kind of goes back to what I said, the way that, like you said, climbing that hill all season long, getting better as the season's gone along, and preparing yourself for going from the 25 scrimmages to the regular season after the seeding's done. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how they come out tonight and see if they can put the Hawks on their heels right away.
Well, and Grant says that, 25 scrimmages, get ready for 3 to go to state. And I get that. But Grant gets a little growly when they don't play real well in those scrimmages.
I would imagine that he has expectations because you're preparing, in practice, and your hopes are that they bring it from practice to the game, because what you do there, you do in a game.
Yeah, exactly right. And good practice habits, good game habits. And, I think for Grand Rapids, and I remember Grant did this last year, where over the first half of the season, he was saying defense, and then he said, okay, let's let them go play. This year's team caught that idea maybe a little bit more even than last year, where when Grant said go play, they started putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, it's been fun to see the progression of the season for these guys. It's pretty exciting when you're at where you're at this time of the season going into the section tournament.
Well, and for Grand Rapids, I think it'll be fun going up against not only a high-quality team, but a high-quality senior goaltender who started every game this season, has good stats, and for Grand Rapids, you're going to have to earn your goals tonight.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to be a little more creative, find open ice on the weak sides, and get them off balance to create more twine between you and the goaltender.
Yeah, exactly. And for Grand Rapids, too, and this is probably what they did best or biggest improvement against Benilde is just crashing the net with purpose for rebounds. The Garski goal where he just out-muscled two Benilde players, the center and the defenseman, I believe, to get to a loose puck in the crease and knock it home. Once he got there, it was a tap-in. But it took some grit, some moxie, some jam to make that happen, and Grand Rapids played that way most of the night.
Yeah, these guys are carry your lunchbox to work, blue-collar, hard-working crew, and they're getting rewarded now, and it's starting to really show the results of what Grant's been trying to do with them throughout the season.
I just chatted briefly with Nathan Garski before the game tonight, and of course he had that shoulder injury right towards the end of the calendar year, missed some games, and he's like, yeah, I still feel it. It still hurts, and I got to figure out how to play with it, and that's been a learning process for him. And game by game, he's becoming more and more effective and looking like the Garski of his junior year.
That's great news.
And Hermantown Hawks hitting the ice there in their, I would say, is that navy blue? It's almost darker than navy.
Yeah, it's I would say navy.
Navy blue with the Hawks diagonally across the front. Grand Rapids in the white uniforms with the orange numbers as they hit the ice off to our right. And we'll have starting lineups in a moment, so we're going to get to them here. Starting lineups are brought to you by Skoglund Electric. For all of your electrical contracting needs, residential, commercial, and industrial, it is Skoglund Electric. They are a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Athletics. The visiting Hermantown Hawks, 16-4-4 on the season. They will start up front. Bodie Medill, senior, 9 goals, 15 assists. Ford Skida, 8 goals, 16 assists. He is senior. And McLean Martellock, 20 goals, 20 assists. That's lighting it up in high school hockey, 40 points.
40 points is very impressive, and he shares the puck, obviously.
On defense, Gabe Swenson, 22 assists. That's like, compared to, in high school hockey, those are like Quinn Hughes numbers, right?
Yeah,
that's
sure.
A lot of assists for a defenseman. And Kyler Berg on the other defense, he is a senior. And in net, the aforementioned Bryce Francisco, who's 16-4-4. He started every game so far for Hermantown. He'll start every game all season long. 2.63 goals against average. For the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks, they will start Nathan Garski up front. We were talking about him, 7 goals, 19 assists. And Jamison Duell up to 30 points on the season. And Ari Lampa, who if you're playing against him, you hate him. If he's on your team, you love him. You always needed an agitator on every team, right, Merrill?
Every team typically will have one or two. Yeah, you got to have them, and they're the ones that make you play a little easier, a little less stress.
And on defense will be Grant Verche. Verche, a junior, 2 goals, 5 assists. And Alex Salisbury, senior, with 3 goals, 7 assists. On the other D, Luke Sherlock in net. He's 6-5-0, an 8.95 goals against average. Thunderhawks, with a win tonight, will end up at 500 for the season. They come in at 11-12-1. So 12-12-1 with a win here tonight. And that would be a big accomplishment after their struggles early.
For sure, yeah.
And starting lineups are brought to you by Skoglund Electric. They take pride in their community, and it shows, and they are a proud supporter of Thunderhawk Athletics. Good friend Skyler on Twitter, who always gives me a prediction. He says Rapids 4-3. Let's see, that's a solid prediction.
I can't wait to be part of a game if that's the way it's going to end up.
How about 4-3 in overtime? You ready for that? Why not?
You're going to want to work time and a half tonight?
I don't get overtime. Do you get overtime? You got better contract than me.
No.
We'll take another break, and we'll come back with the drop of the puck. Thunderhawk Hockey next on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. And just about ready to go from Yanmar Arena. Game getting underway about 20 minutes after scheduled time. A, because we always do that at Yanmar, and B, because the JV game went overtime.
It did. It was an entertaining game. The Thunderhawk JV team was taking it to them and put two guys in the box late in the second. They capitalized on that, tied it 1-1, and that's how it ended up finishing.
And here we go, face-off control by the Thunderhawks. Salisbury goes to Verche on the far side as they come up the boards. Pass ahead to Lampa, they say no icing, and back to get it is Bird. Bird puts it around the net, comes out in front, but controlled by the Hawks as they get through neutral ice. Chasing it down is Martellock. Thunderhawks will get there first with Salisbury. Moving it up the boards to Swenson. Puck squirts in front of the Grand Rapids net, but goes into the corner. Behind the net is Salisbury. Salisbury to Duell, but it's taken over by Hermantown. Can't keep it in. Thunderhawks making a couple quick changes as back in comes Lenzik. Lenzik in front, can't get the shot off. Shermone trying to get it out to center, and now Carlson has it spun around in his skates. He'll go back into the zone to try to regroup and get something going. But a turnover shot. No goal. How did he miss that? That was
2-0.
2-0 on the turnover as the Thunderhawks, like you said, that dangerous play.
Yeah, he stepped out and tried to go into no man's land at the top of the crease. They picked his pocket, and there were two Hawks standing there by themselves between them and the goalie.
Now here comes Hermantown through neutral ice as they look for the trailer.
Good back check.
As Nicollet can't control it, back to the point. Mannion can't get a shot on net. Now Thurston puts it deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Comes around the near side as the Thunderhawks try to get it out to neutral ice. They'll get it down the ice for an icing call. No score, just underway from Yanmar Arena.
Kind of a broken play at the top of the Thunderhawk zone there, and Ryla did a nice job back checking to take away the stick on that centering pass in the shallow slot. Would have been a great scoring opportunity, eliminated by Ryla.
Thurston and Clayton on the draw, the two number 9s sparring as the linesman gets in between, gives them a good talking to, see if that helps. Well, we got the face-off done anyways as Clayton and Thurston continue to spar for a bit afterwards. Now through center ice, puck gets into the zone, but a delayed offside. Thunderhawks have to clear, and they will. Puck back out to neutral ice as working his way in is Nicklin. Nicklin goes behind the Grand Rapids net. Puck to the point, kept in by Swenson. Swenson works his way down the wall. Thunderhawks fight for it in the corners. Simons, puck comes out front and it's shot wide again.
I think he fanned on it. Boy, a lot of pace in this first period already.
Miskovich puts it in deep as they fight for it underneath, down low. And Hermantown out to neutral ice. Grand Rapids takes over. Verche has a go off his stick and back the other way. Now the Thunderhawks have something going. Possible 3-on-2 as Lampa is dumped in the corner.
Got caught a little flat-footed there.
Puck comes to the point, and out come the Hermantown Hawks. Martellock goes far side. That's intercepted. Neutral ice. Thunderhawks come in. Shot right on Francisco the save.
Good transition there in neutral zone.
Puck comes back out to neutral ice. Thunderhawks put it in for a moment, and Mannion picks it up. Now the puck into the zone. Shot. That's blocked by Stupar, and Stupar retrieves it in the corner, goes behind his own net.
Stupar really settled in there and put himself in great position to get in front of that one.
Puck into the Grand Rapids zone again. Stupar has to chase it down. Bo Christie on the forecheck. Boy, this is quick hockey.
Yep, it's Hermantown came out with some firing hard.
At the point, yeah, I don't think this as a shot bounces in front. Thunderhawks able to control that and get it out to neutral ice. Here comes Carlson. Carlson can't control it. Puck back off the glass out to neutral ice.
Hermantown's defensemen are really shutting down the forwards right at the blue line.
Now the puck in front. It'll trickle in, bounce around, and still loose. Thunderhawks pick it up. They'll shoot it down the ice, and it'll go for an icing call. Still no score. 12:41 to go first period on the Motor Shop scoreboard.
That puck really took a weird carom in front of the net there and ended up underneath a Hawk player right in front.
Face-off will come to Sherlock's left. Shots on goal are 1-1. Again, Clayton and Thurston on the draw. They did it in that circle just a bit ago. This one's a little cleaner as the puck squirts out to center ice. Swenson picks it up there. Swenson brings it back into the Grand Rapids zone. Simons back to get it. Simons moves it up to Miskovich as the Thunderhawks out to neutral ice. Working his way in is Clayton. We're going to have our first penalty coming up. This to the Hawks as they touch it. It's going to go against Kalkbrenner. Cooper Kalkbrenner, I believe, is going to go.
It's got to be a hooking. He kept.
Yep, you got it.
Thunderhawk player kept his feet moving, got around him, and he got his stick in there. And
so the vaunted Grand Rapids power play, a Dale's Auto Body power play when it's time to decide where to go for your vehicle repairs after you've been in an accident. Choose the professionals at Dale's Auto Body. Thunderhawks. Duell in front, shot right on, rebound is blocked.
Well, great puck moving right off the face-off here.
Ryla comes back to Duell, now Shermone. Shermone who quarterbacks it from the top. Now to Duell, top of the circle, dot of the circle. That goes wide, rebound, goes over the net. Now back to Duell again. Duell to Shermone. Shermone takes a shot, they score! I think Dylan Clayton gets the tip over Bryce Francisco, and there's another power play goal for the Thunderhawks. Clayton, and it'll be Shermone and probably Duell on the assist, as that was a low shot from the point by Shermone, and Clayton tipped it into the top corner.
Great tip.
So that Thunderhawk power play keeps rolling.
At the 5-minute, 10-second mark.
As the puck rolls to the post in the Grand Rapids zone, and Sherlock will cover that for a face-off. Thunderhawks now 14 straight games with a power play goal.
That's impressive.
I don't know if I've seen a streak like that in high school hockey before.
And it was early in the power play too. I mean, they got the draw right away, and they really moved the puck around nice. There was several good scoring chances.
Yeah, it wasn't the only scoring chance for sure. Berg keeps it in at the point, puts it behind the Grand Rapids net. Hermantown tries to get it out front. Thunderhawks clear it to the point. Berg keeps it in again.
Good job.
That shot blocked by Lampa as they scrum for it right at the hash marks, and now deep into the corner. Puck behind the net. Salisbury off the boards and chasing it in, and Francisco, he takes a hit, and Francisco slow getting up. And I'm not sure. Francisco a little bit dazed. Looked like maybe Garski, as he went in, maybe clipped him on the mask.
No, so Garski was actually the number 3 for Hermantown. Swenson was between the goaltender and him, and the defenseman didn't realize how close he was to the top of the crease, and it was actually his own player.
His own defenseman that hit him
in the head. Yeah.
It sounded like skate to mask.
It was, I think, shin
pad.
pad.
Okay. And Francisco was down for a little while. Now he's up, kind of.
And he wasn't pushed into him. It was just happened to be the way the play ended up.
1-0 Grand Rapids on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Francisco will put the mask back on.
I'll just take this little bit of a time out to thank some of our sponsors tonight. Atchison Tire, Cushel and Chandler Insurance Agency, Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Northland Portables, and Ray Sport Marine.
On the draw, Shermone. Thunderhawks will win the draw. Carlson taken into the boards by Berg. Dump it behind the net. Swenson gets there. Swenson tries to get it out. Thunderhawks on the forecheck. Get the turnover.
Nice
Stick
move.
handling in. And the puck still loose. It goes into the corner. That was Carlson and Ryla on the forecheck. Now Stupar works his way down the wall. Berg takes a hit. And this is the top defensive pairing for Hermantown that was really bottled up, and Grand Rapids got a grade A scoring chance out of that. Berg tries to get it out front. Thunderhawks intercept that and come back out of the zone through neutral ice. Shermone cuts to the net. Pass from Ryla hits a stick and goes wide.
They got them on their heels right now. They're panicking. Rapids is taking it to them. Ryla is really showing off some filthy mitts there.
Doesn't he have the puck on a string?
He does.
Now Miskovich working hard in the offensive zone. Swenson will get it out to neutral ice. Berg backhands it in. And both of those Hermantown defensemen really needed a change. They both get off now. Puck deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Clayton moves it ahead to Castendick. Puck comes into the mess in the corner. Now Castendick will try it again. Can't get it out.
Just a little too complacent there. You got to be a little quicker and stronger on the stick and get it out of the zone.
Comes to Miskovich. Miskovich back down to Verche. Puts it on. Back in. Nice job. Gets it out to Clayton. And the puck comes out to neutral ice. Thunderhawks get it at the blue line, but no farther. Oh, almost a turnover. Thunderhawks still applying the pressure. Castendick goes in hard against Kalkbrenner.
Really having a good shift, Castendick.
Puck comes up the boards. Lampa keeps it in. Now Thurston puts it out to neutral ice. Thunderhawks intercept that. Duell couldn't step around the check, and the puck back out to neutral ice. Shot in, and it hits Lampa, who was offside, so the whistle goes immediately. 1-0 Grand Rapids, 8:58 to go first period.
I'll tell you what, that 23, is it Wojciak, the defenseman?
Wojciak.
He's not letting anything by him tonight. He's solid. Tilt the ice, move the puck around.
Face-off just outside the Hermantown blue line to the offside. It'll be Garski taking the draw for the Thunderhawks, going up against Lenzik. And Hermantown, Lenzik gets it into the
Good
zone.
stick.
And Garski picks that up, comes back in. Out front, shot doesn't get through from Simons. And Hermantown out to neutral ice, stop there, back into the Hermantown zone. And the second man on the puck comes in, backhand scores! Jamison Duell comes in and makes it 2-0. And that was second man on the puck. That is the definition of puck support right there.
Garski went out from Garski, and did Duell take the initial shot?
Yeah, that was just one shot. I would believe that Garski gets the only assist on that, but we'll see how we do. We were right on the first one. 2-0 Grand Rapids. 8:24 to go, period number one. Puck out to neutral ice. Here come the Thunderhawks with speed. Ryla into the zone. Ryla behind the net. And Ryla's shot doesn't get through the mess. Shermone picks it up. His shot doesn't get through either. And now out to center ice comes Skida. Thunderhawks pick it up right at the blue line. Come back in.
Great forecheck this line is having right now.
Puck back into the Grand Rapids zone. Where's Salisbury? Salisbury picks it up, moves it up the boards. Clayton, nice job, digs it out, or Carlson gets it out, 2-on-2. Shot right on. Francisco makes the save, and he holds for the face-off.
Great shift. Keep that foot on the gas, boys. They got them on their heels now. Let's keep them there.
Grand Rapids dominating, 7-1 shots on goal after that one turnover, the one bad turnover in the grade A scoring chance. They have been ripping it up.
Yeah, I mean, it just took one simple play that went in the Thunderhawks' favor, and the whole table is turned right now.
Harklaw on the draw. So the Thunderhawks, 7:39 to go, first period, and they're running, well, basically their fourth line. Clayton, Lonson, and Harklaw as Lonson tips that one towards the net. Lonson has a couple goals on the year. Clayton in the corner, feeds it back to the point.
Get there.
Comes near side.
Nice hustle.
And now the puck out to center ice. Swenson gains the blue line. Puck comes in front. Now cleared back into the corner by the Thunderhawks. Back to the point. Shot doesn't get through. Stopped by the Thunderhawks in front. And they'll clear it out to neutral ice. Going after it was Clayton. Can't catch up to it.
Thunderhawks are really playing good positionally, and it's just eliminating any chances for Hermantown right now.
Harklaw puts it in deep, and he'll finish off the change. Wojciak back behind his net. Goes through neutral ice as the puck is touched, but on the wrong side of center ice, so it's an icing call. 6:48 to go, and a 2-0 Grand Rapids lead on the Motor Shop scoreboard.
Take this chance to thank some more of our sponsors tonight. Mr. Furnace, Vendors, Yeti Earthworks, Woodland Bank, S&S Meats.
Lenzik and Garski on the face-off. This one's won by Hermantown, but that's blocked at center ice. Lampa, little bit of room, tries to drop past to Duell, doesn't connect. Duell has a goal tonight. For Duell, that's his 14th of the season, as Hermantown out to center ice. Putting on the brakes is Lenzik, and we're going to have a penalty coming up to the Thunderhawks. As Francisco coming to the bench, and there's a shot and a goal. Eludes Sherlock on the delayed penalty, but there was no one. They didn't have the extra attacker on the ice yet, but this should go to Paxton Medill, his 9th of the season, and he had it right in a prime scoring spot.
Yeah, just unfortunate Karen for the Thunderhawks for that puck to put it right on his tape, and he was Johnny on the spot, and he buried it.
So 2-1. Thunderhawks still lead. Thunderhawks come into the zone. Little bit of room, shot right on. Rebound comes out to the slot. Cleared into the corner by Martelak. Hermantown out to neutral ice as Martelak puts it ahead, going after it. Now is Skida. Skida puts it in front. Puck shot into the corner. Fought for at the blue line. Thunderhawks get it out to neutral ice. Shot back in by Kalkbrenner. Stupar back to get it. Stupar to Simons. Simons taps it ahead to Shermone, now to Carlson. Carlson puts on the brakes. Was looking for Shermone coming through neutral. Didn't connect. Liked the idea. Thunderhawks again. Oh, this time can't quite catch up to it at neutral ice, and it comes back the other way. Here's Medill. Medill, his centering pass, intercepted. Thunderhawks.
Dangerous
Get
play
it
there.
in. Ooh, that was close to offside. Thunderhawks able to get it in as Clayton. I was waiting for the arm to go up, but I guess Castendick kept a bit of the blade on the blue line.
Yeah, Clayton had room to just carry it in the zone. They gave him the lane, and he cut in at the blue line, almost took his own player out.
Puck deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Now out to center ice where Swenson picks it up. Swenson goes on the far side for Nicklin. Nicklin moves it ahead for Asta. Puck comes outside the zone as Bo Christie jumps on. Hermantown finishes making changes. Puck deep into the Grand Rapids zone. Salisbury staples his man to the boards, moves it up the boards, and the Thunderhawks clear. Wojciak stops it for Hermantown. Thunderhawks now get it in deep, and they make changes. Swenson back to get it. Swenson takes a hit from Garski.
game's kind of settled down a little bit. The pace has slowed a little bit the first 5 minutes of play.
Wojciak tries to get it through neutral ice. Lampa stops
play.
it, gets it into the Hermantown zone. Thunderhawks looking to line up a hit. There was Duell, almost leveled his own player and ended up with nothing. Now the Thunderhawks. Into the zone comes Duell. Drop pass for Garski. Garski back to Duell on the backhand.
Play.
Puck in
Still
front,
there.
still loose. And the puck now goes into the corner, net off its moorings.
I think they'll keep that one inside the Hermantown player and up behind the goalie and took the post off its mooring.
3:26 to go, period one. Grand Rapids leads 2-1 on the Motor Shop scoreboard. And the Motor Shop services all makes and models of ATVs, snowmobiles, and side-by-sides. Highway 169 East in Grand Rapids. Update, Hibbing and Cloquet tied no score after one.
Barn burner up there too. That last shift, Rapids really tilted the ice back in the Hermantown zone. They just got to keep that momentum going here now.
Garski going up against Martelak. And Garski wins the draw cleanly. Back to Salisbury. Looks for a lane, takes a shot. Puck hits traffic in front, doesn't get through. At the half wall, fighting for it. Duell digs it out to Salisbury. Far side to Verche. His high shot goes wide. Now the puck at the half wall again. Duell back to the point. Salisbury
Good
shot.
shot, yes. 6:27, I think.
And I believe that was certainly tipped in front. I'm going to say Seth
6.
Carlson.
6 tipped it in. Yeah, Carlson
And
from
Salisbury took the shot. And the Thunderhawks now lead 3-1. What a way to respond to that first Hermantown goal, restoring the 2-goal lead by the Thunderhawks.
Yeah, there was just kind of a weird little minute or two there where the play kind of went to a almost complacency, and now the Thunderhawks are right back on that horse they were riding before that happened.
Duell, I don't know if Duell gets an assist on that goal, but twice he won a puck battle right down here on the half wall to keep that play alive in the zone.
I'll tell you what, that line really complements each other well, and like I said earlier, positionally, the way they're playing positionally, they're just eliminating outlets for these Hawks defensemen.
Yes, and that line is so strong.
Yeah.
The other line may be a little bit, I call it the magic line with Shermone and Ryla. Love to do fun things with the puck, but probably not quite as physical a line as that first one.
No.
Puck is banged off the glass and hits a Hermantown player in the player's box. So we'll have a whistle. Face off, I believe, goes
That'll come
back
in,
all the way in the zone. Yep.
It's off to the right of
Francisco.
Francisco.
2:45 to go, first period. What's been an exciting one, and the Thunderhawks up 3-1 on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Face-off won by the Thunderhawks. Kastendick gets it down to Clayton. Clayton takes a bump from Wojciak, still tries to move it down low. Also there, Kastendick, but the puck will squirt loose to Wojciak, who gets it out to center. Stopped right at neutral ice. Turnover by Miskovich. Gets it into the zone, but can't move it any farther. Puck back out to neutral ice, right in front of the Hermantown bench, down in front of the Grand Rapids bench as they move it down the ice.
That puck took a weird carom and Kastendick ended up stepping on it and took him off his feet.
Yeah, not a good edge with the puck. As the puck goes up over the glass, and we'll have a whistle and a face-off. 3-1 Grand Rapids, 2:03 to go. First period action.
Let's just thank some of our sponsors tonight: M&H Gas, L&M Supply, First National Agency of Coleraine, Lonza,
Capsugel by Lonza.
Capsugel by Lonza, Ray Sport and Cycle, Claremont, and McBride Financial.
Tapped ahead, comes into the Grand Rapids zone, and Luke Sherlock drops on top of it and holds it for a face-off.
Just a harmless little floater that came in wide. It would have been wide of the net, and I don't think they'll log that as a save. be surprised if they did.
None of the Grand Rapids goalies really like to handle the puck, and Sherlock, instead of trying to play it up the boards, just elected to drop on it and take the safe face-off. As this puck hits...
that one on the Rapids bench. That'll come back left to Sherlock.
So we'll redo the face-off to the left of Luke Sherlock. 1:50 to go, first period action. Face-off comes back into the corner. Salisbury takes a hit. Shermone follows up. Off the boards to Ryla. Ryla gets it out to neutral ice. Was looking for Garski, but that's intercepted. Up the boards again to Garski. Garski.
Nice pass.
Taps it ahead to Verche. Verche has it go to Garski. Now to Shermone, but it was just off the wrong side. Couldn't get a shot off. Now Garski back to the point. Verche to Salisbury. Salisbury shot tipped in front.
Holding. Yeah, Garski had a perfect spot in the high slot to take the shot. Just one too many passes there, but moving the puck nice.
Shot right on, rebound, fought for, and this one will come out to neutral ice. Doesn't go far enough for icing. Final minute of the period. Now a turnover as Christie comes in, shot, and saved by Sherlock. That goes behind the net. Thunderhawks will get it out to neutral ice. Shermone, long pass. Now he'll get to the bench on a change as Swenson comes in. Drop pass, shot.
Nice save.
Saved by Sherlock, and he'll hold for the face-off.
Big save by Sherlock there. Yeah, I kind of telegraphed that stretch pass across neutral ice, and the defenseman stepped up, and it turned into a really good scoring opportunity for the Hawks. They just got to be a little more aware of where those guys are when they're coming through neutral.
Face off to the right of Luke Sherlock. 30 seconds to go, first period. 3-1 Grand Rapids. Face off fought for. Thunderhawks come away with it. Move it ahead to Carlson. Carlson taking off the puck. And the Hawks, time for another rush as it comes to Medill. Medill puts it into the Grand Rapids zone. Stupar goes back for it. Puck behind the Grand Rapids net. 6 seconds left to the point, kept in by Bird. Now the Thunderhawks get it out. A long shot by Carlson at the buzzer is stopped by Francisco. Great first period for the Thunderhawks. They lead 3-1, out shooting Hermantown 12-5 as we head to the first intermission. You're listening to it on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Two and a half.
Am I able to see the scores on here, or why did he hand this to me? Or the scoring?
Okay, this. Yeah, we should be able to. So what I usually do is we'll talk about the period generally, and then we'll come back.
Okay. I will sit here.
Back at Yanmar Arena, it's a 3-1 Grand Rapids lead. Band is here, and the Thunderhawks came to play. Boy, where'd this offensive juggernaut come from, Merrill?
I don't know. Like I said earlier, they're finding ways to score. They're getting rewarded, playing good positional hockey, sharing the puck, and traffic in front of the net. We've seen a lot of tips. They're shooting the puck in from the point, and there's traffic in front, and people ready to tip the puck, and they got rewarded with the first goal.
Yep, and then the third goal was a tip as well.
It sure was.
So, getting in the dirty areas, paying the price in front of the net, and you're rewarded.
Yeah, and the forecheck is positioning has been great, and they're just eliminating all lanes for that defenseman or that winger that's trying to make that next pass coming out of the zone. They're ready for it, and they're turning around in the neutral zone and coming right back into the Hermantown end.
Yeah, how many times did we see a clearing pass intercepted 2 feet out into neutral ice, and Thunderhawks came back in with numbers?
More than I have fingers and thumbs, I think. Yeah,
I think so. It happened over and over again.
Yeah, and in their own defensive zone. I mean, when there was times when the Hawks had them on their heels a little bit, they were set disciplined positionally to be ready to block the puck and or intercept, and it come right back to the Hermantown end.
A great period for the Thunderhawks. You'd want to eliminate that one turnover that created the Hermantown goal, but 12-5 shots on net and a 3-1 Grand Rapids lead. We'll take another break and come back with our Greater Insurance Service between periods summary. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Another 2.5. Oh, so they gave Duell that second goal unassisted.
I see that. We got to give Garski an unofficial assist on that. That happened.
Well,
that happened in Saturday's game too, I think, if I remember right. Because he's the one.
So I'll tell you what I think. What happened is, yes, but I don't think he ever controlled the puck or did anything with it.
Okay.
He just kind of took the guy out, and then the turnover went to Duell. That's
Okay.
why he didn't get an assist. Duell did get an assist on the third goal, which...
Yep. So you know that Bo Christie is Grand Rapids' name. You know Rick and Gloria Christie?
Okay, well, I know Dale Christie.
Yeah, it's his. I don't know if are they related?
I don't know. I mean, Dale's obviously the AD here, so.
Yeah. So what do you want to do now?
So I'll do my Greater Insurance Service read, and then you go through all the stats, penalties.
You want me to do it?
Penalties, goals. Yep.
I don't have the penalties.
Here it'll be.
Oh, just read them off.
You can just read them right off there, man.
Oh, that's nice.
And I got them on my computer too. If we. (3-1) Grand Rapids after a period. Time for a Greater Insurance Service between periods summary. If you're not sure if your insurance still fits, let the local team at Greater Insurance Service of Grand Rapids review your coverage, and we'll make sure you're protected from your home gear, hockey gear. Next to Northview Bank, across from El Potro. Local, trusted, and here for Grand Rapids. What do you got, Merrill?
First period scoring, we saw a lot of offense from the Thunderhawks. They opened up the scoring at 5:10 of the first period. Dylan Clayton on the power play, assisted by Will Shermone and James Duell. And it was only 3 minutes and 16 seconds later when Jameson Duell found the back of the net, even strength, to go up 2-0. Kind of puck luck, kind of bounce in the mid slot down in Thunderhawk end. Went on Ty McDonald from Hermantown stick, and he didn't take long to get possession of that puck and throw it behind Sherlock. But the Thunderhawks came back and answered at the 14-minute mark with Seth Carlson scoring at even strength, assisted by Alex Salisbury and James Duell. The shots on goal for the period were 12 for the Thunderhawks, 5 for the Hermantown Hawks. Penalties in the period.
Yeah, go ahead.
Penalties in the period at the 4:42 mark. Hermantown's Cooper Kalkbrenner took a hooking minor. And at 10:46, the Thunderhawks' Nate Garski took a tripping minor.
And the Thunderhawks 1 for 1 on the power play. Hermantown 0 for 1. That is your Greater Insurance Services between period summary. 3-1 Thunderhawks. Another break and then second period action from Yanmar coming up on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Two and a half. Yeah, they put a new sheet of ice down quick when they do those two Zambonis. I can barely get my 7.5 in. But
so in between the scoring and the penalties, you want me to pause so you can add
don't
some
have
stuff
to.
to it?
Don't have to. No.
Okay.
No. You can just roll. I didn't know if you were going to do penalties. I was like, oh, yep, he's there. Sorry. My bad.
That's all right.
My bad. You're there.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, as a coach, and I don't know if Grant's this way, but 10 shots on goal a period is kind of your goal.
Yep.
It's a good number, and scoring 3 times on 12 shots is pretty impressive.
That was one whale of a period.
Yeah, it was.
That was as good as the Benilde period.
Right.
I think they look. Doggone it, they look like a top 5 team in the state right now.
They do. They had the Hermantown came out flying though, and maybe.
But they matched it.
It didn't take long, 4 or 5 minutes.
Yep.
And.
Yeah, I don't know if they will be, but I wouldn't want to play these guys down at state right now.
No. It was really amazing how they just turned it around and just started shutting the Hermantown team down. It was like a switch went off. It was weird.
They finally figured out their identity and they played to it.
Yeah.
Same thing Andy Shermone told me after the first period at Benilde. These guys don't just look like section winners right now. They look like they can challenge.
Yeah. You back that with both the goaltender when you end up in those situations and shut him down, and he's a bigger kid.
Yep.
He struggled with a couple. There was a couple sloppy rebounds, but other than that, he was all right.
Yeah, you can't blame him on the goal. It wasn't a softie. Both teams back out on the ice as we get ready for second period action. Merrill, you've coached quite a bit. What are you saying if you're Grant Clafton between periods?
I think his overall review with the team is going to say a lot of complimentary things about the way they played position, the way they kept their feet moving, the way they created chances once they had it in the Hermantown zone. Keep the foot on the gas.
Yep.
And continue doing what you're doing, and you're gonna have success. So let's play one more 17-minute game and come out on top of this one as well.
If you're Patrick Andrews, what do you say? Recapture the first 2 minutes.
That's about
the
it.
2 minutes. The first 2 minutes they were all over Rapids.
Yeah.
Thunderhawks win the draw as we start second period action. Thunderhawks going left to right. Puck dumped into the Hermantown zone. Bird moves it up the boards, and out come the Hawks through neutral ice. Puck thrown in front of the net. After it goes Lenzik. Now the Thunderhawks take it over. Garski on the far side to Lampa. Lampa chases it. Bird gets there first. Thunderhawks get the turnover, but Garski can't do anything with it.
Puck was on end, just couldn't quite control it.
Puck in front of the Grand Rapids net, but no harm done as it's backhanded out to neutral ice. Here comes Duell. Duell into the zone. He'll take a shot. Goes off a shin pad and wide. Duell gets to the rebound, tries to get it out front. Comes to the point. Stupar can't keep it in. Now here's a chance for Hermantown. Shot goes wide. Thunderhawks come back out to neutral ice. Good chance for Hermantown. Shot it wide as the Thunderhawks get it back in the Hermantown zone. Carlson
Nice
goes to Ryla, and Ryla hits the post. Now Carlson again, this time to Shermone, right out in front. And another great save by Francisco. Describe that play.
Earlier when Garski was out here, the way he used his body position here to do a one-touch pass to the breakout was very impressive. And once they got in the zone, the way they're cycling the puck and the one-touch pass for scoring opportunity, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. I mean, it's a recipe for success.
Ryla came so close. Francisco was saved by the pipe. Puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone out front. Loose back to the point. Hawks keep it in.
That was dangerous.
Now the puck at the half wall comes back to the point. Long shot, tipped a couple times, doesn't get through. Salisbury moves it ahead. Backhanded in by Shermone. After it is Ryla. Getting there first is Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner comes to the near side. And the puck out to neutral ice. Shot into the Grand Rapids zone. Verche fighting for it. Puck bounces right to the post. Thunderhawks get it to Miskovich. Miskovich has it go down the ice off a Hermantown player, so no icing.
Clay did a nice job identifying where he needed to be there to eliminate that puck that came out in front and took the guy right off the puck, took the stick away from him.
Puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone, but from the wrong side of neutral ice, and it'll be an icing call on Hermantown. 3-1 Grand Rapids. Early second period action, 14:36 to go. And you got to remember, this is the number one ranked team in single A in the state of Minnesota. Well, it's been one or two basically all year, right?
Yep.
And a team that the Thunderhawks have really struggled with over the last number of years.
I think it was at last year's game, and I don't think it went well, if I remember right.
Well, as the puck into the Hermantown zone, it did end up a 1-1 tie, but the Thunderhawks were lucky. I say lucky. It was a Carter Casey tie.
Yeah. Little tripping penalty coming up on the Thunderhawks here. A little possession and control.
And that'll go against Dylan Clayton. So a Dale's auto body penalty kill for the Thunderhawks. They're 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. There's not a shop that will take better care of you than Dale's. No repair too big or too small for the experienced pros at Dale's Auto Body, where they return your car to pre-accident condition for the Hermantown Hawks. They're 0 for 1 on the power play, but this is a golden opportunity to be right back in this game down 1. They're down 2 right now. Far side it goes to Bo Christie. Christie goes far side, out front to Swenson. Swenson top of the circle. Now comes back this side to Medill. Medill now to Christie. Christie leaves it for Swenson. Swenson tries to put a pass in front, and that bounces into the corner. Thunderhawks content to keep him to the outside. Shot goes up over the net from Christie.
They're going to keep that inside. I believe it caught Sherlock's handle of his stick and it went up over the glass into the netting.
1:29 to go in the Hermantown power play. Hermantown power play 20.3%. Thunderhawks penalty kill at 73.8. At the blue line, Thunderhawks can't clear it, at least initially. Still can't. No shot on net yet as it comes back to Swenson at the point. Swenson takes it down low for Medill. Now back to Swenson. Far side shot that hits Salisbury and goes into the corner.
Sherlock was in a great position for that one.
Now top of the circle, shot right on. Saved by Sherlock. Rebound is cleared by Shermone and out to center ice.
It's a good job giving Sherlock a clear lane.
Now there's a turnover, shot on a save by San Francisco. Another shot, and this time Francisco holds it for the face-off. Garski maybe got away with one a little bit on that turnover.
I looked like a clean pocket pick. It was stick to stick and took it away from him.
And had an unbelievable scoring chance shorthanded, did Nathan Garski.
That last shot, Sherlock was given a clear lane from the shot from the point, but he just struggled with the glove there. And unfortunately, the rebound went off away from the play.
Face-off in the Hermantown zone, 13:05 to go, second period. 3-1 Grand Rapids on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Bodie Medill behind his own net. Hermantown on the power play for another 38 seconds. Stopped at neutral ice. Salisbury stops it, sends Hermantown back deep. Duell on the forecheck, has the puck played away from him. And back to get it is Mannion. Caden Mannion goes behind the net.
I'd have to imagine the official wasn't expecting that puck to come back into his legs.
Now Hermantown gains the zone. Shot turned aside by Sherlock. At the point, kept in. Played across by Medill. Now top of the circle. Shot doesn't get through. And Duell turns, puts it down the ice, and that does it for the Hermantown power play Thunderhawks. 2 for 2 on the penalty kill.
Just good presence on the penalty kill there. People stepping up and playing good position.
As Francisco wanted the infield fly rule called, but it wasn't.
That's about what it looked like, right?
The puck comes down right in front of him, and they're looking for the rebound. It was a Thunderhawk forward, and had to be careful with it.
It looked like when your building warms up in the spring and a fly falls off the ceiling. It's kind of what it reminded me of. It was weird.
It was a very strange play, almost turned into a golden opportunity for the Thunderhawks. 12:06 to go, second period. Thunderhawks lead 3-1.
Just another perfect example where you don't quit skating and you go to the puck. It was just milliseconds away from a scoring opportunity.
Into the zone comes Hermantown. Simons takes his man into the boards. Puck deep in the Grand Rapids zone. Clayton will go back against the grain. Castendick tries to move it ahead. Puck comes out front. Shot goes over the net.
Great job by Miskovich to being in the lane there.
Now on the far side in the corner, fighting for it there is Stupar. And the Thunderhawks will gain control, get it out to neutral ice. Gaining the zone is Castendick, puts it toward Francisco, puts it into the corner with a stick. Thunderhawks trying to cut out front. Castendick couldn't get there. Clayton goes out front, but unfortunately the puck didn't come with him. Now Castendick cycles it down low. Clayton there along with Kyler Berg as they fight for it.
Clayton tried to bank it in off the back shoulder of the goalie there, went off the pipe and back into the corner.
Now it comes to the point, kept in by Salisbury. Shot, deflects and goes wide. Off the glass, kept in by Duell. Duell goes to Garski, back to Duell, and he can't convert.
What a pretty play. The Hawk defenseman just
now here's Duell again, shot right on, rebound, comes into the corner.
What a save.
Thunderhawks again. Shot goes wide of the net, bounces to the near side, and Hermantown says enough of this and ices the puck to relieve the pressure. What a shift, and the Thunderhawk fans letting them know it.
Hey, we're seeing a reminiscent of the first period where the foot's on the gas. They're playing position, discipline hockey, and just working hard.
Yeah, that a physical play by Duell to Garski, back to Duell, and everything was there but the final tap in.
Right. Those will go in. It just takes a matter of time and keep those chances coming.
Puck comes free to center ice. Verche tries to get it to Duell. Duell bangs it off the boards and gets it behind the Hermantown net. Gabe Swenson goes back to get it. Swenson off the boards. Now here come the Hawks through neutral ice. Coming in with Tiziak. Puck poked off his stick. Now it comes in right on Sherlock, who makes the save, holds on with Christie cruising the slot. 9:56 to go. 3-1 Grand Rapids. No scoring yet in the second on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Motor Shop services and sells all motors for every heating system. Located just east of Grand Rapids on Highway 169. Shermone taking the draw. Going up against Lenzik. Puck comes to the near side and flipped out and hits a Hermantown player in the box.
I think that might have went off a Hermantown player into their bench. That should be outside. I think they're talking about it.
It did. As referees and linesmen.
Definitely was deflected off the Hawk player into their own bench from inside the zone. It should come outside. Might as well take the second to thank some more of our sponsors. Grand Rapids State Bank, Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Lakes Gas, CarQuest, Hawkins and Santa Gravel, Automotive Electric, and Nooches in the corner.
Much to Bo Christie's chagrin, you are correct. Face-off won by the Hawks at neutral ice. Bring it into the zone. Shot right on. And I'm not sure Sherlock was ready for that puck to be right on net, but he's able to squeeze the pads and hold it for the face-off.
It was one of those kind of harmless ones that actually might have got tipped a little bit on the way in, and it ended up just maybe a foot and a half off the ice. But he closed up the 5-hole and sucked it in there.
Now Hermantown. Able to... Grand Rapids able to get control, and Shermone moves it ahead to Ryla. Ryla comes in wide, centering past Shermone. Shermone fights forward in the corner, but away come the Hawks. Here's Swenson. Swenson to Bo Christie, back to Swenson. Does a little toe drag, comes in, centering past Christie fans. Now a shot from the point, bounces in and bounces wide. Well, you can see why they've scored some goals.
How did that puck end up going out to the point? That was weird.
Now here comes Shermone. Shermone deep into the corner, working against Gabe Swenson.
That Gabriel Swenson just undressed. Who was that?
Not sure, but that was quite a drag move, wasn't it?
Oh.
Now here comes Carlson in front, shot, goal! Seth Carlson! Talking about undressing a defenseman, there was another one.
It looked kind of just some evidence of what we just saw in front of us. I think that might go unassisted too. What a goal, what a move, what patience. That was a goal scorer's goal, is that what they say?
That was. Absolutely it was. As Seth Carlson gets his second of the night. And Grand Rapids now a 3-goal lead.
Back to back, one more, the next one his will get a natural hat trick.
Rapids fans will remember this. I think maybe the best player I ever saw at that move for Grand Rapids was Jonah Bischoff. I loved how he would do that. Just power move out of the corner.
Yeah.
Shot on net, and Sherlock will hold it for a face-off. Thunderhawks up 4-1 on the Motor Shop scoreboard.
Same thing that happened last period. I mean, they're continuing to just put the Hawks back on their heels.
Goals 16 and 17 for Seth Carlson. As the puck comes across, comes outside of the zone, Bird puts it back into the Grand Rapids zone, and that hits the bench, the Hermantown bench, and we'll have a face-off at neutral ice.
Should go right to the center dot, I believe.
You got it. Nice having a referee with me. You know all this stuff. Garski taking the draw against Miklin Martelak. So far, it has been the Thunderhawks' night. As the puck in front of the net. Nice job by Garski just to be patient, block off the other player, not allow a shot as the puck was in a dangerous spot. Now Hermantown back to the point, kept in, but the shot blocked by Lampa. Lampa goes after it. Berg will get there first in his own zone and move it up to neutral ice. Puck off the boards, into the zone comes Martelak. Martelak tries to go behind the net. Puck still behind the net for Martelak. Garski comes away with it. Garski ahead to Duell. Duell. Stick handles into the zone. Drop pass for Garski. Shot right on. And Francisco makes the save and holds for the faceoff.
Well, that almost being a fat rebound. That handcuffed him.
But he was able to hold it long enough for the referee to blow the whistle. After a period now, Hibbing leading Cloquet 2-0. After one, that should be after two, I would guess. Yep.
You are correct, sir.
Here it's 4-1 Grand Rapids with 7:40 to go. That game was scoreless after one. And now Hibbing leading 2-0. Boy, for Hibbing, if this game continues this way, Hibbing will end up with going 0-3-1 in their last four games before the playoffs start. A little early for that. This game has a long ways to go. Puck back to the point. Shot turned aside by Sherlock, and it goes into the netting.
That's what you do as a goaltender when you have opportunities to take that shot, deflect it up and out of play and get the whistle.
And the faceoff will come to Sherlock's right.
Thunderhawks continue to play good position hockey in their defensive zone, taking away lanes.
Thurston and Clayton on the faceoff. Clayton wins that as Miskovich follows up the puck. That's just a gritty play to muscle that puck out to neutral ice. And we have a whistle. We're going to have a roughing call on the Thunderhawks.
It might be interference. The puck was away from the Hawk player for enough time to where he should have avoided the contact. Ref saw it all the way, and you're going to go to the penalty box every time for that.
Dylan Clayton will go to the box. Third penalty on the Thunderhawks. It is a Dale's Auto Body penalty kill where they strive to meet and exceed customers' expectations, offering a convenient, clean, and modern facility with a team of trained professionals returning your vehicle to factory standards.
Should be an interference call.
Yeah, they did call a roughing. I did see the signal.
Okay.
So, Hermantown 0 for 2 on the power play. Thunderhawks trying to go for their third straight penalty kill here as Swenson cycles it down low, bring it back to the near side, goes past Medill. That's Paxton Medill. Now Bo Christie. Back to Medill, now Swenson. Swenson goes far side for Christie, tries the backside shot. Nice stop by Garski, and then he's able to clear it out to neutral ice. Coming back in is Martelak, McLean Martelak. Back to Christie, now Martelak shot in front as shot doesn't get through. Garski had that puck caught in his equipment and he was run over.
Yeah, it ended up hitting him in the chest and it rolled down into the front of his jersey. His jersey was rolled up and the puck was sitting in his jersey.
Thunderhawk fans wanted a penalty, but he had the puck.
It was, yeah.
And he was looking down trying to figure out where it was.
There was no elbows or high sticks. I mean, he just checked them.
Shot goal. McLean Martelak gets his 21st of the season. That's a goal scorer's goal, too. Just moved the angle a little bit on Sherlock and went back the other way.
That's about as quick of a release you'll see on a snapshot in high school hockey. That was impressive and right in front of us, too.
It was. Sure. And a power play goal makes it 4-2.
The netting behind Sherlock was moving before he reacted to that one.
Yep, he followed Martelak's body across on the angle, and the puck wasn't across. The puck was still dangling out to the side, and the angle wasn't right.
No. That's all right. Keep working.
So each team now with a power play goal. Grand Rapids 1 for 1, Hermantown 1 for 3. Martelak on the goal. And we'll check the assists in a moment as the Thunderhawks get it back to the point to Simons. Simons' shot. Oh, Francisco had to be careful because there was a player at Ryla who was right at the edge of the crease at the post, looking for that to be open for just a moment.
Yeah, kind of an uncharacteristic giveaway by the Wojciak in the corner there, created a scoring opportunity for the Thunderhawks. Just proof in the pudding, you got to keep your feet moving to the puck.
This face-off won by Hermantown. Comes to the point. Thunderhawks keep it in for a moment. Now it comes out to center. Salisbury picks it up there, puts it back in. Chasing it is Shermone. Shermone tries to fight for it with Berg. Also there, Nicklin and Ryla, and it'll squirt free, and Ryla comes away with it, and we'll have a hand pass on Shermone. That's why it came free like that.
Yeah, it was kind of a pile-up in the corner there, and he was on his stomach. So it is still all the way down in high school hockey. I think some levels of hockey, they just bring it outside the zone anymore for a hand pass.
So the face-off comes to the right of Luke Sherlock. It's a 4-2 Grand Rapids lead on the Motor Shop scoreboard. 5:08 to go. A goal apiece here in period number 2 so far as the puck cleared out down the ice, and that'll be an icing call on the Thunderhawks.
You know, up until that point, the Thunderhawks really had the Hawks on their heels in their zone there, and they just need to keep doing what they're doing. Gonna get some fresh warriors out here.
So Bo Christie and Gabe Swenson on the assist on the Seth Carlson goal, and on the Medill goal, or on the Martelak goal, yeah, Bo Christie and Gabe Swenson on the Carlson goal, Verche and Shermone. Puck comes out to neutral ice as Hermantown puts it back into the Grand Rapids zone. Puck behind the Grand Rapids net. Looking for it there is Skida. Skida trying to dig it out. 4 players in the corner. Skida there, Salisbury, Garski. Puck still tied up. Now it'll come free to Swenson at the point. Swenson's shot hits a skate, goes into the corner. Lampa over, skates it for a moment. Now here's Garski with a little room. Garski puts on the brakes at the half wall, waits for help, backhands it to Duell.
Duell made a great play there to change the possession and get it down to the other end of the ice.
Oh, now it comes in front to Duell, couldn't control it, and the puck down the ice, and this one will go far enough for icing as Hermantown called for icing. 3:59 to go, second period, 4-2 Grand Rapids.
Take another minute to thank these sponsors. It wouldn't be possible without tonight, Atchison Tire, Cushel and Chandler Insurance Agency, Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Northland Portables, Ray Sport Marine, and Mr. Furnace.
Lenzik and a shot off the face-off goes just wide. Shermone trying to dig it out on the boards. Puck goes down low. Carlson tries to push his way off the boards with the puck. Still fighting for it down low with Lenzik. To get it back to the point. Simon's shot goes wide. Trying to hustle in, keep it in momentarily, and still keeping it in. Stupar's shot saved by Francisco.
Great pinch by Stupar.
He anticipated that so well. Now Ryla behind the net. Ryla has the puck taken away, and Hermantown through neutral ice.
Great shift by this line.
Now a drop pass, centering pass. Oh, what a back check by Ryla, and that's at the very end of a shift. He busts his hump and gets all the way back and takes the third man.
Yes, he did. He is a difference maker tonight.
Under 3 to go in the second. Puck comes in, delayed offside. Thunderhawks have to clear the zone. And now Kyler Berg moves it into the Grand Rapids zone. Lenzig after it, but it goes to Salisbury on the far side. Salisbury As the puck knocked off his stick for a moment, Thunderhawks able to relay it down and get it into the zone. Kastendick on the forecheck, causes enough problems that the Grand Rapids gets it. Miskovic, one shot blocked, then backhands it into the corner. Now Kastendick tries to come out front, wrap around. Doesn't work, and now here comes Bo Christie. Christie through neutral ice. Puck goes on the far side. Christie taken into the boards by Salisbury. Now Thurston puts it back deep. Christie can't stop it. And the Thunderhawks.
Nice patience.
And Kastendick at the end of the shift able to get it in deep.
The thing about Thunderhawks defense, they really learn how to settle in and be patient with the puck, with their head up to see the ice and where they can go with an outlet pass. Just
like that, to Garski, long shot on Francisco, and Francisco makes the save. Duell.
Is dueling.
He is exactly what he's dueling. 1:43 to go, second period. Thunderhawks lead by 2 at 4-2. It's been a goal apiece this period. Thunderhawks led 3-1, then 4-1 on a Seth Carlson goal. Now back to 4-2 after a Martellock power play.
Thunderhawks continue with that same energy. Face off left of the Hawks net.
They love to do this. Put Duell right on the top of the circle and try to draw the puck to him for a quick shot. They almost scored on it twice against Benilde. Puck in the corner. Garski comes away with it, tries to get it out to Duell. Duell takes it off the body, gets it down low. Thunderhawks looking for the centering pass. Now Duell turns down low. He's taken down.
I'm surprised that wasn't called. He took his feet right from underneath him.
Yeah, same here, especially when the last 2 power plays have gone to Hermantown.
And there's that.
And offside call. Was that offside to your referee's eyes? That was close.
With my eye, it looked good. And to top it off, he did it right in front of the Hermantown bench.
To Patrick Andrews' eyes, it looked good too. You can hear him up here.
About 90% of the bench let out a ooh, whoa, what?
1:06 to go, second period. Thunderhawks lead 4-2.
But Sheldon, once the whistle blows, it don't matter.
No, and the referee maybe wanted to take that blow back, but he can't do it.
He ended up with blowback.
There you go. Puck thrown in front by Carlson. And Hermantown back out to neutral ice, final minute of the period. Salisbury goes back in behind the net. Salisbury circles behind the net, puts on the brakes, goes far side. As the Thunderhawks now out to neutral ice, here comes Shermone. Shermone to Ryla, shot right on. Shermone looking for the rebound, has it go into the corner. Far side, kept in. Oh, what a nice play by Verche.
That was impressive.
Now here's Swenson behind his own net. Swenson able to get it out to neutral ice and into the Grand Rapids zone. Gets a drop pass, comes to Christie. Puck out front, what a save! There's your save of the game by Luke Sherlock. Long shot goes in wide, 10 seconds left in the period, and the puck down the ice. No doubt about that being the save of the game for Sherlock, is there?
Was that a quick reaction?
Wow.
What a reaction, what a stop to get to where he needed to be to stop that from going. I mean, it was unbelievable.
That was a grade A save.
And they got their composure, got control of the puck, got it out of the zone, and got a whistle. It kind of reminds me, you can make a birdie on number 5, and then you go on number 6 and make a bogey. You know, you don't want them to score after a great save like that.
Exactly. As the puck again down the ice, and that will do it. And the save of the game brought to you by M&H Convenience Store. When you're on the run looking for a quick and healthy snack or drink, M&H Convenience Store, the place to stop and save 10 cents per gallon when you pay inside. 4-2 after 2. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. Two and a half.
How do you refresh these, Sheldon?
Yeah, usually they refresh automatically. just say. Oh. It's not connected to the internet. It wasn't connected to the internet. That's why it wasn't refreshing.
Okay. How good would a slice of Meat Lovers Mad Dog's Pizza be right now?
Ooh, that'd be good. I agree with that.
That was another fun period.
There you go.
Thank you. I was looking behind me when you said, "There, here you go." I forgot that. Thank you. Benny Hill.
Is that? I thought that was Boots Randolph, Yakety Sax.
This is the music Benny Hill used though when he was chasing the little bald guy.
Oh, okay.
And when they were fast running around the field.
Oh, like yeah, it could be. That could be. There's your Mad Dog's Pizza right there. The one on the board.
There's one right. Oh, there's one on the dot, center ice dot.
Hard to get in there now.
Benny Hill. He was a classic.
Well, goals one apiece in the second period. Thunderhawks come out leading after two periods, 4-2. Another 13 shots on net. You got to like that.
Yeah, what did we have after one?
It was 12.
12.
So 13.
Yeah. Outshot them 13-9.
But I would say Hermantown with more quality chances in the second period than they had in the first, for sure.
I would agree with you on that, for sure. And I'll tell you what, Sherlock made two really good saves to keep the score where it's at. It could easily be 4-4 right now.
And especially right there at the very end of the period, that'd been tough, such a tough time to give up a goal to cut it to one right there in the last, 15 seconds,
right.
20 seconds.
I had to bite my tongue to not talk over you on that one. That was a very good save.
You did well. Then you described it well later.
Yeah.
You're a great color guy. That's what color guys do. There you go.
I'm learning. I'm pretty green, but my roots are starting to get into the ground and find some moisture anyway.
So the Thunderhawks get to the 4-1 lead, and boy, you'd love to have that 3-goal lead going into the third, but still, it's been a great game so far.
Exactly. And you know what Grant's saying? We didn't lose that period. It's 1-1. You guys worked just as hard as you did in the first. The 0-0 going to the third. Let's go out there and win the third period.
And for the Thunderhawks, this is a great game, too. You have the lead, but not by a lot. You know, they had the big lead against Duluth Marshall, kind of mailed it in the third. Duluth Marshall took it to them. They were almost lucky to come away with that win. And then even against Benilde with an 8-2 lead, started in running time and ended with a 3-goal lead. You want a little more in the third period, and the Thunderhawks here, you don't have any room for error.
That's correct. And, you know, it's kind of good to have little things and maybe lapses like that, especially later in the season, that you can really grow and learn from and understand and buy into. Hey, we got a 17-minute game. Let's go win that 17-minute game right now. Take a little rest and get ready for the postseason.
We'll take a break, come back with our Greater Insurance Service between period summary 4-2, Grand Rapids after 2. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
I thought did they have 15 shots in the first, or was it 13?
Should say on here.
Oh, that's right.
12-5 and then 13-9.
Oh, 12,
You
that's,
got it.
yes.
You had it perfect.
Yeah.
At Superior, they didn't have anyone to put the nets back on. The referees came out and did it.
Oh, really? Oh, my. One of the youth hockey parents missed their shift.
Back at Yanmar Arena as the Thunderhawks lead 4-2 after 2 at Greater, and it's time for a Greater Insurance Service between periods summary. At Greater Insurance Service of Grand Rapids, they team up with top insurance carriers to bring you the best protection possible, trusted coverage, local support. Right here in Thunderhawk Country, across from El Potro, next to Northview Bank. Stop in and see what local service really feels like. What do you got, Merrill?
Well, Hermantown and the Thunderhawks exchanged a goal apiece in the second period. Grand Rapids opened the scoring in the second period at the 8-11 mark, where Seth Carlson on an even strength goal was assisted by Grant Bershey and Will Shermone. At the 11-11 mark, 2 minutes later, Hermantown's McLean Martelock on a power play was assisted by Bo Christie and Gabe Swenson. There was a couple penalties, both called on the Thunderhawks also in the second period. Both went to Dylan Clayton. At the 2:40 mark, he was called for a 2-minute minor hooking penalty. And at 9:52, after the play had kind of went away from a player literally right at center ice, the stripe in front of the penalty box, he took a guy on the boards, which could have gone as an interference. They called it a roughing. He had basically 10 feet to go from where the whistle blew to get into the sin bin. So a little more discipline. That penalty may not have happened and the power play wouldn't have existed. But this time of year, you got to make a little better decisions and just skate away from that.
And that was, as you mentioned, that was the penalty where the power play goal was scored.
Yes.
Was that hooking or roughing call, roughing/interference, as we saw it along the boards on Dylan Clayton. So Hibbing is actually 1 for 3 on the power play. I'm not sure why the scoreboard says 1 for 2. Shots on goal were 13-9 that period for a 25-14 Grand Rapids lead after 2 periods of play. And for Grand Rapids, I mean, you would have expected a quality team like Hermantown to play with a little more energy there in the second, and they did. Grand Rapids, for the most part, matched it and still had the best scoring chances.
Yeah, and what was kind of neat is Rapids came out at the beginning of the second period and just kind of carried their play that they had going on in the last half of the first. And there was kind of a little lapse in the middle there where Hermantown had a little bit more of a burst in energy and put Grand Rapids on their heels, but it did take long for Grand Rapids to respond and really finish the period strong.
two plays in that period that I think illustrate how this team is playing. The one, we mentioned it during the play, Ryla at the end of a shift stays with the third man to keep it from being an odd man rush and ties up the trailer on the rush so there's no scoring chance.
Exactly.
And that was after about a 40-second shift. His legs had to be burning, and he paid the price to get into the defensive zone.
He did, and I was actually thinking that as the play finally came out of Hermantown's end into the Thunderhawk end. I'm like, wow, these guys are gassed. They're at the end of a shift where they were really cycling the puck nice and creating chances in the Hawks' end. It ends up down here, and like you said, he found another gear. He had his head on a swivel and knew where he needed to get to. He got there and eliminated the opportunity.
And the second play would have been Duell just out-muscling a Hermantown defenseman for the puck. Slips it to Garski, who put it back to Duell, who just couldn't quite convert the tap in.
Yeah.
But that was just a physical heads-up hockey play on the forecheck.
For sure. They've had 4 or 5 in the back of the net, and they've had 25 shots on net, and I'll bet you there's another 4 to 6 quality chances where their goaltender made a great save, or it was just out of reach. But like I said, this period they just got to come out like it's 0-0. This period is to go to state. They got to win this period to go to state. It's kind of the mindset you got to bring, that kind of energy.
And we need one more break here. We'll take another break. Come back with third period action on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com.
I think that last 10 minutes of.
So I'm watching the clock, and I want to take a break around 3.5 minutes, and all of a sudden everyone's all ready to play. That ticks me off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for you YouTube people. I'm trying to do a broadcast here,
What was I saying?
Hopefully we get 2.5 out of this. I may cut this one a little bit short, Stacy, if I have to. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
That's okay. I lost my train of thought.
I derailed it. I was annoyed.
That's fine.
Because they're not going to wait another 2 minutes, are they?
They did not. Hopefully the ice is set up.
Oh, it is. I mean, well, it isn't quite yet. A little bit of moisture here that we see.
Yeah,
it sets up quick here, though.
It does.
Okay, you got to come to me after whatever commercial you're playing, Stacy, and then tell me what we've got left for after the game.
I suppose we could call it for the YouTube folks.
They can see.
Yeah.
And back at Yanmar Arena, just underway in the third period. Puck into the Grand Rapids zone. Centering pass. Shot. What a save by Sherlock. Now he's made 2 in the last minute of play. Kyler Berg. Shot goes wide of the net. Duell tries to jam it up the boards. Gets it just outside as we have an offside call against Hermantown.
Good job staying in your position and finding a way to shut down that goal opportunity. Sherlock did a nice job and another nice save.
Face-off comes outside the Grand Rapids blue line. So Hermantown applying some forechecking pressure here early on. In period number 3, Thunderhawks lead 4-2. Stupar moves it up the boards, pinched off there by Lenzik. His pass back to the point gets outside. And Berg back into his own zone. Berg brings it up to Bo Christie. Christie tries to put it back to the blue line. Carlson. Drop pass. Thunderhawks get it in, and then Shermone actually tripped. Now here's a chance for Hermantown. Coming in, cutting in front. And a great save. As you said. Now the Thunderhawks back out to neutral ice. Tap it in, and Carlson goes to the bench on a change. Here comes Gabe Swenson. Swenson into the zone. Swenson out front, poked away. Thunderhawks tap it away. Castendick can't move the puck. Now he'll get it out to center ice. and is tipped back into the Grand Rapids zone. Salisbury back to get it. You should log Salisbury's ice time. I bet he plays 12 minutes this period.
Has he come a long way? Is he fun to watch?
He is. Now coming in is McDonald. McDonald puts on the brakes, loses an edge. Salisbury taps it ahead. Out to neutral ice and back into the Grand Rapids zone. Salisbury brings it to the near side to Verche. Verche taps it ahead. Clayton gets it in deep. Francisco will leave it there. Clayton hard on the forecheck. Puck tapped ahead for Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner now to Thurston, who gets it out to neutral ice.
Clayton.
Duell. Talk about Duell's play right there. That's strong on the puck.
Yeah. Boy, Clayton didn't leave an ounce of gas in the tank on that shift. What a shift.
Back to the point, gets through Duell, and coming into the zone is Skida. Skida, the spin around move. And it looked pretty, didn't end up with the puck in the net.
No, he wasn't worth the goal, but you rarely see a high school kid pull off a spinorama like that. That's college level type of stuff.
Now out front, shot, goal! The hat trick for Seth Carlson!
Garski on this first assist.
And as he picks the top corner blocker's side on Bryce Francisco.
What a snipe.
Yes, it was.
Another example of hard work, keeping your feet moving, paying off right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm not sure, do you call that a natural hat trick? He got the last 3 Thunderhawk goals, although there was a Hermantown goal in between.
I think that's a natural hattie.
Okay.
We'll
go with that.
Yep, we will make that official right now.
Icing call, and the faceoff comes back in the Hermantown zone. Thunderhawks restore the 3-goal lead at 5-2.
I think it's your own team if you score
Yep.
3 in a row.
I think so.
It is.
I'll
right
go
now.
with that. That's what we're calling it.
What a great time, and what a great time to score and a goal to have in your pocket.
Now a turnover. Salisbury shot goes just wide.
Right under his armpit. I didn't think that was going to miss. It just missed the pipe.
As the puck hits a player in the Grand Rapids bench, and the Thunderhawks they're feeling it now.
They have gas in the tank. They're in shape. This is impressive because there's really been no let up.
Lenzik and Garski on the draw. Thunderhawks win that one. Salisbury gets a return pass, brings it ahead to Miskovich.
Great play by Miskovich.
Now Garski tries to center it. Miskovich goes hard into the corner. Miskovich, not the biggest player out there, but he's playing fearless recently. Duell tries to muscle his way in, going in against Swenson. Swenson moves it up the boards. Christie gets it out to center, and Duell puts it back in behind the net.
Perfect example. You're keeping your feet moving, coming back for that puck.
Duluth East is defeating Duluth Marshall tonight, too. That could rearrange the seedings a little bit.
For sure.
Lenzik gets it into the zone. Shot goes wide of the net, comes back to Kyler Bird, shoots it to the open corner. As Hermantown cuts in, shot right on, and another nice save by Sherlock.
Goalies are usually hands off after the puck. He actually came through with his stick on right out of his glove hand arm there.
Face-off will be to Sherlock's right. 5-2 Grand Rapids, 12:24 to go.
There, he finally dropped the puck.
Backhand shot goes wide of the net. Back to the point, thrown in front of the net. Thunderhawks tap it out to neutral ice. Into the Hermantown zone. After it is Lampa. Puck comes up the boards. Thurston tries to slide it in. Stupar cuts that off. Puck behind the net, comes back to the point to Swenson. Swenson has it poked away by Castendick. Castendick, end of a shift, gains the line. Slap shot by Carlson. He's looking for his fourth. Back to the point, kept in by Salisbury. Shot goes wide. Clayton was looking for the tip there.
What a shift by Castendick.
Thunderhawks gain it, go far side to Carlson, but it was on his backhand, couldn't put it past Francisco. As the puck shot into the Grand Rapids zone, left for Verche. Verche into the Hermantown zone. Turning in his own zone is Martelak. Now Martelak looks for the shot, that's blocked.
A lot of block shots.
Yes, it has been.
Not afraid to stand in the lane. Take one for the team. That Martelak's a nice player.
Puck in the Hermantown zone. 10:47 to go. Thunderhawks up by 3.
Assist by the ref there.
As a puck right in front, that goes off the mask. At least that's what I heard.
It looked like it would, yeah, off his head or the crossbar, and up and out of play.
If that's off of Francisco's mask, that's the second crack he's taken on the mask.
Is it?
Well, the first one was with either a skate or a shin pad.
Oh, that's
early
right.
on.
That's right. By his own teammate. Yeah,
yes.
First period.
Face off in the Hermantown zone. Kalkbrenner puts it behind the net. Berg wasn't ready for it to go over there. Duell beats him to the puck.
I just think that the Thunderhawks have the Hermantown Hawks deflated.
As the puck goes down low, Garski fights for it there. Now pinching in was Miskovich. Back to the point, kept in by Simons. Puck played behind the net. Miskovich tries to come to the near side. Puck out to neutral ice. Hermantown gains the zone. Medill, Paxton Medill, has the puck go behind the Grand Rapids net. Shot right on, turned aside with the pad of Sherlock. Medill tries to keep it in, he can't. Duell, nice pass, gets to Garski. Garski goes wide on the backhand, backhands it wide. He was at the end of the shift, had no help.
How hard did Duell work on that shift?
Now the puck into the Grand Rapids zone. Salisbury takes his man into the boards. Back to the point. Puck shot in. Thunderhawks control that. Now into the corner goes Lenzik.
A rare unforced error there and giveaway, in their own zone. That's one of the very few we've seen all night.
Now the Thunderhawks out to neutral ice. Here comes Clayton. Clayton with a head of steam comes in, tries to tap it past Francisco, and trying to protect his goalie was Caden Mannion.
Did you see that?
That was Mannion who took a shot at the Grand Rapids forward who was applying the pressure.
Yeah, Glastendick kind of came in and gave the other defenseman a little nudge on top of the goalie. But as far as refs know, that didn't happen.
Okay. 9 minutes even to go. 5-2 Grand Rapids. Back to the point. Kept in. Shot goes wide. Bounces to the near side. Back to the point. Kept in by Salisbury. Salisbury's shot gets through, turned aside. Shermone on the boards. Leaves it there for Ryla. Puck comes back out past Verche and out to center. Goes off the linesman a couple times. And now into the zone comes Bodie Medill. Dumps it behind the Grand Rapids net. Verche taken down. This time we'll get a penalty on Hermantown.
Looks like it'll be number 9.
Thurston, if it's number 9. And Grand Rapids power play. It is. Should go for a trip. No, slash. And it is a Dale's Auto Body. I didn't see a slash. I saw a trip, but
He took his feet out front. Yeah, he didn't either.
and it's a Dale's Auto Body power play where they strive to meet and exceed customers' expectations, offering a convenient, clean, modern facility, a team of trained professionals returning your vehicle to factory standards. Thunderhawks 1 for 1 on the power play. As Shermone takes the shot that hits the glove of Francisco, goes over the net. Back to the half wall to Duell. Duell, his pass taken away, and it's a possible 2-on-1 for Hermantown. Shermone hustles back and takes that into the corner. Nice defensive play by Shermone.
Great recovery. Duell fed on the initial pass back to Shermone, and then by the time he gathered it and got it over, the reaction of the Hawk player, he was already there.
As the puck thrown out and around the boards and down the ice. Shermone back to get it. 1:12 left in the Grand Rapids power play. Garski plays it back to Ryla. Ryla, he'll stick handle into the zone. Ryla stops down low, gets it to Salisbury. Now to Shermone. Shermone back to Garski, far side. Goes off of the stick of Salisbury. And here comes Christie. Christie takes a shot. Almost overplayed that, did Sherlock, but he gets back on top of it. 47 seconds left in the Grand Rapids power play.
That cross-ice pass caught a little rough area of the ice, and it jumped up in the air on him, and it turned into the puck going the other way. Thanks to more of our sponsors. Woodland Bank, S&S Meat, Super One Foods, Deerwood Bank, M&H Gas, L&M Supply, First National Agency of Coleraine, and Capsule Del Lonza.
Off the face-off, Thunderhawks control as they come out from behind their own net. Tap it ahead for Miskovich. Miskovich stick handles into the zone. Backhands it to the far side. Verche tries to get there. Gets there momentarily. Now it comes back out to center ice.
Salisbury did a nice job backing up that play. It could have turned into a 2-on-1 the other way.
Now here comes Garski into the zone. Garski puts on the brakes, trying to get it back to the point. It will come back to the point to Salisbury. Salisbury now to Garski at the half wall. 9 seconds in the power play. Shot right on and turned aside by Francisco. Now here's Salisbury again. Takes a shot. They score! I don't think it will be a power play goal, but it was as the player was stepping back out on the ice. Thunderhawks lead 6-2.
Physically, it was a power play goal. Perpetually, it was not. Because there was only 4 Hawks in their own end.
That is correct. Absolutely correct.
Nevertheless, nice puck movement. Took time, and I tell you what, a few shots, good little shots on net with traffic in front, tip pucks. They're eventually going to go in, Sheldon.
So the Thunderhawks, so they've averaged those 10 shots a period already. They are at 31 shots and lead 6-2 over the Hermantown Hawks. I can't understand the public address announcer. You'll have to wait till it comes up on your scoreboard there.
Okay.
For who that puck bounced around in front. I know Salisbury will get a point, but I'm not sure if it was his initial shot that went in.
Right, and then there was a D-to-D from Verche too, I believe.
Yeah, Verche.
Or Verche, I'm sorry.
Puck into the Grand Rapids zone. Simons backhands it to the near side. Thunderhawks trying to get it outside the zone. Berg keeps it in. Now the Thunderhawks get it out to neutral ice. Seth Carlson has a hat trick tonight.
What a game he's having. What a play just right there.
5:27 to go. Thunderhawks up by a score of 6-2 on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Shot right on. Actually goes wide.
I don't even know if Ryle is even on the score sheet, but I'll tell you what, is he having a game tonight?
Now here comes Duell on the turnover. Duell, drop pass, comes back to Clayton. Clayton spins around, gets the shot on net. Now Duell to Clayton. Clayton tries to get it out front. And now here comes Christie. Christie trying to work his way through neutral ice, and Salisbury just calmly takes that into the corner, takes a hit there. Back to the point to Kalkbrenner. Long shot goes wide of the net. Now Clayton gets it outside the zone. Thunderhawks making some changes as Swensett gains the line.
4.5 minutes left in the third. Thunderhawks up 6-2.
Now Kalkbrenner, and I understand from Stacy we've dropped out a couple times here in the third period. Sorry about that. We'll try to make sure it doesn't happen when playoffs come. As the puck pops up over the glass and out of play. 4:06 to go, third period. Thunderhawks lead 6-2 on the Motor Shop scoreboard. Motor Shop, they offer mobile and in-shop welding repair from your aluminum docks and more to all of your steel products. Highway 169 east of Grand Rapids.
Probably went off the air right at my best color of the night, too.
Probably true. So that's Murphy's Law for you. Puck in front of the net. Long shot turned aside by Sherlock. Thunderhawks get it outside the zone. In his own zone. Now Sawyer gets it into the Grand Rapids zone. Tries to go in deep. Move back to Stupar. Stupar. Long pass ahead and goes past Carlson. And we'll have an icing call on the Thunderhawks. Thunderhawks look pretty good to go 12-12-1 on the year.
Yes, they look very good. Very impressive evening at the arena tonight. Some of our sponsors: Claremont and McBride Financial, Grand Rapids State Bank, Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Lakes Gas, CarQuest, Hawkinson Sand and Gravel, Automotive Electric, Nuches in the Corner, and Atchison Tire.
Thunderhawks win the draw. As Clayton backhands it behind the net. Thunderhawks get it out to neutral ice. Chasing it down there is Lasky. And you can as the puck in front, right to the line and doesn't get across. Now another turnover, shot that's blocked. Thunderhawks come awfully close to getting their 7th goal of the night. Duell goes for Garski. Now out to center ice. Salisbury picks it up there. Go ahead.
That puck trickled through the goaltender and it wobbled right up to the far post, and they were able to clear it out of there.
Out to neutral ice. Thunderhawks stop it there. And we have a whistle.
Away from the play.
It was away from the play, but I think Grand Rapids is going to take a penalty here.
2 minutes and 44 seconds left in the third. Thunderhawks are up 6-2.
And this one will go against Verche. So Hermantown, they're 1 for 3 on the power play. And we have a Dale's Auto Body penalty kill. When it's time to decide where to go for your vehicle repairs after you've been in an accident, choose the professionals at Dale's Auto Body, where quality and honesty shine through. Thunderhawks win the draw, get it out to neutral ice. And it was an interference call this time. As Hermantown down low, Thunderhawks able to stop it and clear it down the ice.
What kind of composure was that on that rebound for him to not react and put the puck back to the net?
Now Hermantown through neutral ice. 2 minutes to go, or 2:16 to go in the game. As Christie, nice play, shot, what a save. And Sherlock's been on point.
Yeah, Christie tried to bury that on top of his glove on the near side top corner, and wasn't going to happen. The glove was too quick.
And for Sherlock, his glove saves don't look as spectacular as some goalies. He doesn't have to move it far. He starts with it high.
Yeah.
1:26 in the Hermantown power play, 2:09 in the game, and the Thunderhawks leading 6-2. Thunderhawks gain the puck off the faceoff and shoot it all the way down the ice. In his own zone is Bo Christie. Christie, drop pass as they bring it now up with Martelak. Martelak cycles it down to the half wall. As Hermantown back to Christie. His shot is blocked. Back to Swenson at the point. His shot blocked as well as the puck goes into the corner. Simons gets it up the boards, not able to clear it. Duell takes a couple cracks at it. He can't clear it. Now Swenson goes to the far side. Shot right on. Sherlock the save. Rebound to the point. Not out initially. Now here they come. Clayton in on a breakaway. Backhand save by Francisco.
Ooh, he tried to tuck it in 5-0. Couldn't quite get it.
And we'll have an icing call on Hermantown. You saw that one coming.
Oh, I thought that was, here we go. I thought that was going to be 7-2. That would have been a shorty, too.
And Hermantown trying to pinch in the whole time, and that's how they got caught flat-footed there in that breakaway for Clayton.
Yeah, he came down the left wing. He moved towards the middle of the net and got the goalie to start moving from his right to left to open up the legs. And when he went to tuck it in the 5-0, the puck kind of stood up on him and went in the air and into his pad.
Face-off puck comes behind the Hermantown net as we hit the final minute of this game. Shot, pad saved by Sherlock. Kind of went maybe not the way he expected, but he's able to corral the rebound anyways.
Yep, no harm, no foul.
And with 54 seconds left, we'll have a face-off in the Grand Rapids zone. 9 seconds left in the Hermantown power play. Puck comes back to the point. Hermantown keeps it in. Shot from the top of the circle. Both teams at full strength. Thunderhawks able to kill that penalty. Shermone in his own zone. Fans on the pass. So now he'll try it again. Put it behind the Grand Rapids net. Rebounds up the boards. Lawson tries to move it. Puck comes out down the ice, and we'll say an icing call on the Thunderhawks.
Great composure by Shermone there. The puck kind of jumped up on him, went over his stick. He didn't panic. He regathered and composed himself, and they got the puck out of the zone. Thanks to more of our sponsors tonight: Cushel and Chandler Insurance Agency, Sammy's Pizza Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Northland Portables, Ray Sport Marine, Mr. Furnace, Benders, Yeti Earthworks, Woodland Bank, S&S Meats, Super One Foods.
Stay tuned after the game. We'll do a wrap-up and have a post-game interview. As the puck back to the point. Shot. That's knocked down by Sherlock. Another one backhanded in front. As the Thunderhawks try to get it out to neutral ice. Final 10 seconds. Clipping away behind the net. 2 seconds, 1, they just hold it there, and the buzzer sounds, and the Thunderhawks get a rousing ovation from their fans as they take down Hermantown 6-2 and head to the playoffs with a little bit of momentum after 2 great wins, both Saturday and tonight. And this time, the third period was fine for the Thunderhawks.
It was a great effort, great period. They won it 2-0 and dominated it. The final shots on that 35-24.
We'll take a break, come back. Merrill will have a wrap-up while I get a post-game interview done. You're listening to Thunderhawk Hockey on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. So what do we...
It won't refresh it. Well, there it did. Thank you. What did you do?
You got to have the touch.
You're the magic man. What a game.
Okay, I don't know how many minutes. We probably have, 5 minutes of commercials left? So... Four and a half. Okay, do 3, and then I'll do another minute and a half later. So you got to watch there for when they tell you to go.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you and welcome back to the Yanmar Arena. This is Merrill Lowney with the post-game wrap-up. Tonight we saw the Thunderhawks defeat the Hermantown Hawks 6-2. Going through our third period scoring at the 3:02 mark, Grand Rapids added to their 4-2 lead with a even strength goal by Seth Carlson, assisted by Nate Garski and Jamison Duell. And to put the final icing on the cake and nail in the coffin to go 6-2, which is your final, Grand Rapids' Alex Salisbury scored an even strength goal, was assisted by Grant Verche. The final shots on net, Grand Rapids 25, Hermantown 24. Third period saw Hermantown and Grand Rapids each being penalized for 2-minute minors at the 8:31 mark. Noah Thurston went off for slashing from Hermantown for 2 minutes, and Grand Rapids' Grant Verche, a 2-minute minor for interference at the 14:16 mark. Once again, from the Yanmar Arena, Grand Rapids 6, Hermantown 2. Just want to go through our list of sponsors quick before we go back to the studio and await our post-game interview. Atchison Tire, Cushel and Chandler Insurance Agency, Sammy's Pizza of Grand Rapids, Grand Rapids Chevrolet GMC, Northland Portables, Ray Sport Marine, Mr. Furnace, Benders, Yeti Earthworks, Woodland Bank, S&S Meats, also sponsored by Super One Foods, Deerwood Bank, M&H Gas, L&M Supply, First National Agency of Coleraine, Copsagel by Lonza, Ray Sport and Cycle, Claremont and McBride Financial, Grand Rapids State Bank. The rest of our sponsors are Grand Itasca Clinic and Hospital, Lakes Gas, CarQuest, Hawkinson Sand and Gravel, Automotive Electric, and Nooches in the Corner. Thanks for tuning in tonight or watching on our YouTube channel. We will be right back with Sheldon's post-game interview. Give you back to the studio. Looks like a final from Hibbing. Hibbing 4-1. Whoop, a little late, sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure. What do you do now? Do you just wait for Clayton to get back? Yeah, he's walking up right now, so he'll be here in a couple minutes. You'll hear his voice. Thank you for everything. Are you ready?
And welcome back one last time to Yanmar Arena. Grand Rapids, a great 6-2 win over the Hermantown Hawks. And let's head down towards the locker room for a post-game interview.
Post-game interview, got Seth Carlson and Luke Sherlock. And Seth, all of a sudden, this is an offensive juggernaut that can't be stopped.
Yeah, I'm finding that finally, and I think we're all going. I think all four lines are going, and we're playing really good right now.
Well, 8 goals against Benil, 6 against Hermantown. Those are 2 quality teams that you really took it to.
Yeah, we're just getting pucks in net, and we kind of struggled at the beginning of the year, and we're just finding the back of the net finally.
Well, and Luke, there was no letdown today. The goaltending, everyone stayed on point right through the third.
Oh yeah, everybody's doing great. Through the third period, we keep going, and yeah.
Well, you had to save this team in the third period against Duluth Marshall. I think we talked after that game. But talk a little bit about what it's like playing with a lead in the third.
I think we can't get too comfortable, and we just got to keep going throughout the game, and it gets more hype when we're up. So yeah.
So Seth, what was said after the second? Because third hasn't been super kind to you recently.
We just gotta keep playing to win, and sometimes when we get up, we're playing not to lose, and we just gotta. And I think we did good today on keeping going and keeping the offense going.
Well, and you have kind of a back chair view of this power play. What's so effective about this power play?
The boys are doing really good, and they get it moving. So yeah.
Okay. What was your best save of the night, Luke? What was the best save?
Probably the last one in the second period. That was a big save. That really helped our momentum, and then just because you don't want to go down, be up to 1 and going into the third, so it really helped us.
All right, great win. Good luck in playoffs, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Seth Carlson and Luke Sherlock and a couple of the JV guys said, you got to work on your media skills, Luke. After that, great guy has played a whale of a game. And this team, I don't know. I have no idea what seedings are. You see Duluth East took down Duluth Marshall 4-rip tonight.
4-0, wow.
Yep. So now what do you do?
For them to finish the regular season with 3 complete periods, I think is going to go a long way for them as they enter into the postseason. If they weren't confident enough already, I think they definitely are after tonight's performance.
Absolutely. Thunderhawks win 6-2. Seth Carlson with the hat trick, and Luke Sherlock 22 saves on 24 shots. All in all, a complete victory tonight for the Thunderhawks. And but momentum's only as good as your last period. I'm sorry, you got to back it up. Once playoffs start, they will start a week from tonight. Should be a home game.
Right. There's a couple guys that might not have been on the score sheet recap or the periods recap, but Salisbury and Ryla really had real strong games, and they're very big impact players on the way that whole game flowed, and hats off to them too.
No question. I thought Salisbury was one of my choices for a post-game interview, but I let Seth pick. It's like, you scored the hat trick, who you got with you? And he wanted Sherlock. So nice job by the captain. Thunderhawks go to 12-12-1, and we'll start the playoffs here at Yanmar, we believe, a week from tonight. That wraps up. Thanks, Merrill. It was a lot of fun.
Thanks for the invitation. I'm happy I got a chance to sit next to you and do a Thunderhawk game. It was a pleasure.
It was a lot of fun. Jim Wimmer running the camera. Stacy back at the station. I'm Sheldon Willis. Final a 6-2 Grand Rapids win over Hermantown. You've been listening on J105 The Thunder, J105radio.com. We must be on a really long delay. All right. Bye-bye. Thank you, Stacy.